New at 5:30, as police reform is discussed nationwide, qualified immunity has been a heated point of debate.
17's Karen Hua is here now to break down what exactly that term means and how it looks for local law enforcement.
Qualified immunity has been around for decades, yet it's receiving national attention right now. Some say it's a policy that protects police officers and public officials if they're ever sued for misconduct, making it difficult to hold them accountable for things like harassment and brutality.
There's two sides to every story. You have to help people in a position of some degree of power to exercise discretionary authority. And when exercising discretionary authority, you may not be able to always expect perfection.
So let's say an officer is involved in a shooting. If the officer believes in good faith his actions were legal, like if he argues self-defense, he gets qualified immunity.
Every case I've ever been involved in that involves an excessive use of force, there is always a claim of, well, he was resisting, or, well, I was worried for my own safety, or the famous, and I swear to you, in every officer-involved shooting case, you will find something in the case that says he was reaching for his waistband. Why do they say that? Because that's how you get to qualified immunity.
So the man shot could say the shooting was excessive force, but under qualified immunity, the officer can be held accountable for violating the man's rights only if there's legal precedence. So there would have to be a substantially similar previous case that was ruled to say rights were indeed violated.
Qualified immunity could be perceived as an unfair legal loophole that an officer of the law has utilized to get out of a case where they otherwise may have some liability.
The officer also would not be responsible for the cost of litigation or the settlement if there is one. So who pays? The city or county, and therefore taxpayers.
I mean, I can tell you based on the cases that I've had that involve the county of Kern, in particular sheriff's deputies, it was always the county that paid the tab. The offending officer or deputy in those cases they've never paid.
Democrats in Washington have been trying to get rid of qualified immunity, but Monday, the Supreme Court refused to hear these cases. If qualified immunity were to go away,
the notion that changing these rules that relate to qualified immunity would suddenly make officers personally responsible, it could, but the likelihood of him being able to personally satisfy a judgment for that family is probably very limited.
In Bakersfield, Karen Hua, 17 News.